footage you just saw was taken with this quad right here. And I wanted to go through the build specs with you guys real quick, just because I find that this is a really interesting package. I'm not a huge fan of lightweight or micro quads in general. You know, they don't have the weight to throw around for freestyle, and this is, I'd say, the first time that I've had this much fun with a lightweight micro quad. I'm going to start with what is probably the most important detail. Let's get this on, which is the weight. So this quad sits right on the line at 249.2 grams. What I've got on here is an 850 milliamp hour GNB 4S and a GoPro HERO8 naked with the GepRC case. I just decided that it looked better with a Team Black Sheep sticker on the front. And I also want to point out that I do have the additional ND16 filter on there at that 249 gram weight. One thing that might be kind of important to mention is the this 850 pack. It actually, I wasn't sure if I was going to hit my target of sub 250 grams or not, because it's advertised as weighing about 73 grams if I remember. And the one that I got was at 68.2 grams. So if I were to order another one, then I might have a little work to do to try and save some extra weight. Hey, kitty. So the frame that I'm using here is the Lumenier QAV-S Mini. It's the 4-inch Deadcat configuration of this frame. This frame was pretty much designed to do exactly this kind of stuff. It has really thin carbon fiber plates and arms to keep the weight down. Deadcat configuration probably wouldn't be your first choice anyways for freestyle. Inside, up front here, I've got the Foxeer Razer Micro, which I picked for the weight. It's about 4.5 grams if I remember. Flight controller, ESC is a 4-in-1. It's the HGLRC Zeus35 that I've got running JESC to have the ESC telemetry. Then over here at the back, I've got the TBS Sixty9, so running Crossfire and up to 1 watt capable VTX. And you'll notice that I had to ditch the plastic that the board comes with to mount to save a little extra weight. So I've just got some heat shrink on there and some double-sided tape underneath to hold it in place. I've also got a capacitor with the FETEX spike absorber, which is what I've come to understand as a recommendation when you've got one of these naked HERO8 or whatever with the BEC boards, just to make sure that you don't get voltage spikes that end up breaking your GoPro. The GoPro itself is fed directly from the board using VBAT that I've got a wire running down through here. And finally, at the back, I've got the TBS M8.II GPS. So this thing is, fully, I'd say, long-range capable. And with the 850 pack, I haven't had a chance to try it in normal conditions because it's still winter, very much winter here in Canada. So far I've only flown it in about minus 20-25 degrees Celsius. So I think that's somewhere around like minus 10 or minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit, which will affect the battery life once you're airborne. I mean, you can keep your pack warm in a heated bag or whatever, but once you've been in the air for more than a few minutes, the pack's going to get cold naturally. Cruising speeds looks to be around 60 kilometers an hour, and the furthest I've gone with it so far was 1.5 kilometers. That was the nighttime footage that you saw. So when that footage starts, I was 1.5 kilometers away from where I took off. But all in all, it's really enjoyable to fly. It's actually surprising in terms of the handling, the performance. It's nice to fly. I'll put some footage, some raw footage, so unstabilized, and this would be in super view from the HERO8, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So unstabilized without going through RSGO. I'm really pleased with the way this thing performs. So a few notes in terms of the weight. 249.2 grams doesn't give me much wiggle room, right? And I did have to do a few things to make sure that I could get that weight. I designed the TPU mount for the GPS to be as light as possible. So I like having the wire covers, and I could get rid of them. It comes out to about 1.5 grams, I think, for all 4 arms. That's including the heat shrink. So it's not a huge deal. And I also, you'll notice on top here, I cut out a portion in the middle here and most of the rear LiPo pad, which helped me get to the target weight. I'm also running 70-75 aluminum screws for the center standoffs, because the center standoffs are all M3, and I had some lying around that were the correct length. So, and again, doesn't make a huge difference. I think 2 or 3 grams maybe. But when you're this tight, you do everything you can to get there. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to go through it with you guys because I think this is a lot of fun to fly. Opens a lot of possibilities. You get that long flight time, great flight footage out of the GoPro HERO8. You can go far. It'll come back on its own if you fail safe or if you lose video. And with the 1 watt VTX, well, it's going to take quite a bit of distance before you get to that point. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I'll make sure that I get back to you as quickly as I can. And well, otherwise, happy flying.